beautiful people, you're welcome back to the channel. So if you're new here, my name is Grace, and on this channel I help Christian girlies, I help Christian women to build elegant, intelligent and scripture-based personal finance. Now this is so we can honor God with our finances, and also as women we can take well-informed financial decision. Now if this sounds like something you will be interested in, please stay around and let's get into this video. So today we'll be talking about 5 scriptural based money rules that every Christian girlie out there needs to know, especially if you're at the beginning of your financial journey. Now this is rules that are simple, practical, and you can apply them almost immediately. So the first rule is this. The first rule is for you to acknowledge that God is the owner. He's the owner and He is the giver of every riches. Whatever abundance you have in your hands, it comes from God. Now let's look at this verse that tells us more about this. Psalm 24 verse 1 says that earth is the Lord and everything that is in it belongs to God. When you embrace stewardship as regards your finances, you know that okay, this income, this money, this riches, this blessing that is in my hands comes from God. I'm supposed to use it to worship God. I'm supposed to use it to do things that will better my life, that will make God to be happy with me. Then finances and money stops becoming overwhelming. It begins to feel like a responsibility. You know, it begins to feel that your finances is a responsibility in your hands, is a responsibility in your hands, and is an assignment in your hands from God. That is to say that you need to use your finances judiciously. You need to use it in a way that will better yourself and will better people around you. You need to use it as a steward that God has blessed with this riches, not only for yourself but for people around you to also benefit in a positive way. So begin to see finance as a stewardship, as a responsibility, and as an assignment from God for you to have and to live in abundance. Now, one of the things you can do immediately is for you to take practical steps. Write down one stewardship habit that you can start immediately. For example, if you're the type of woman that spends a lot on impulse, like you do a lot of impulse buying, or you spend too much on groceries, on food, you love to eat out so much, write it down and say, this week I am going to use my money as a steward that God has blessed. You can tell yourself, I will not buy anything that I have not planned to buy. Okay, I'm not going to just go ahead and buy things on impulse today, throughout this week. Write it down. Another stewardship habit that you can do for the week is for you to write down and say, I am going to track all my spendings for this week. Every day of the week, I am going to track my spending. I'm going to see how much I've spent. I'm going to see where my money is going to. I think this is the first step for you to take. Write down that stewardship habit that you're going to do for that first week, and please make sure that you try and follow it. This is going to help you to build discipline. It's going to also help you to see where the lapses are coming from when it comes to your spending habits. Now the second rule is this: make sure you save before you spend. The habit of spending before you save is really not going to help your finances. And now let's look at a scripture in the Bible. If you look at Proverbs chapter 21 verse 20, it says a wise person saves. Now that is in the Bible. God is encouraging us that we should save. A wise person saves. And of course, as children of God, we are supposed to be wise. We are supposed to be smart. We are supposed to be intelligent, because God has given us all that it takes for us to live that kind of life. So as a Christian girlie, I want you to note this. If you've been seeing savings as a scarcity mindset, please, for you to rewrite that narrative. Let's begin to see savings as obedience to God and as wisdom that God has given us to help ourselves to be better tomorrow. Okay, now it doesn't have to be a lot of money. No matter how little your income is, you can start saving. You can start with 5% of whatever you have, and if 5% is too much money for you to save, you can begin with 1% of whatever income that you have. The important thing is for you to move this money into another account. Make sure that you are consistent in doing so. Make sure that when you save today, you don't forget tomorrow. Make sure that every time you have income in your hand, that money comes in, you take out that amount and keep it in that separate account. Like, first of all, start with whatever you have in your hand. You can take 5% out to save, you can take 2% out, you can take 1% out to save, but make sure you're doing it consistently. Remember, the amount is not the important thing here. The most important thing is obedience and the discipline that you're building. Remember, no matter how little it is, when you're consistent with little, definitely when you have a lot also, you're going to be consistent. So you're building the discipline and you're starting something, and that's the most important thing here. Okay, the number 3 rule is this: start budgeting. Yes, plan your income. Budgeting is biblical. Now let me show you that budgeting is really scriptural. Okay, let's go to Luke 14 verse 28. Do you know what it says? It says, which of you wanting to build a tower does not first sit down and count the cost? That is Luke 14 verse 28. It says, which of you wanting to build a tower, like you want to build a 50-story building for example, and you do not sit down to count the cost. Okay, do you now see that budgeting is really important in your journey of financial freedom, or in your journey of building wealth? You need to budget, because budgeting is going to be like your roadmap to know what is working, to know where your money is working. Like you're basically going to be using your budget to like direct your money and send your money to work. But by the time you're not sending your money to work, definitely your money is going to be wasting away, because you have not assigned the money to work. So anything is permitted to take it away. Money obeys when you direct, but without direction, money flies all around, like it goes everywhere without direction. So budgeting is never a punishment, but rather it is you seeking clarity. It is you seeing direction, following a map for your money to work for you. Okay, so you need to budget. Now, the practical steps that you can take right away today is for you to create a monthly budget plan that is in these 4 categories. Number 1, your needs, very important. Okay, number 2, your savings, number 3, your giving, and number 4, your wants. Okay, your savings, your giving, your needs, and your wants. Plan your monthly budget according to these categories. Like, sit down and plan it. Please start building these habits before the end of this year. Before we get to 2026, start building this habit right away, so that you can know where your money is going and what your money is used for. Okay, the 4th scriptural rule is this: avoid debt. Escape debt with a plan. Like, flee away from debt if possible. Now, see what the Bible says about debt. Proverbs 22 verse 7 says, the borrower is a slave to the lender. Can you see that? Very true. Because if you're owing somebody, there's a limit to what you can do until when you've paid that debt. Okay, so in as much as you can, please avoid debt. But if you're in a situation where you can't do without that, then fine and good. When you're getting it, have a plan and follow it so that you can pay it off immediately. Okay, without waiting. Somebody, when you're in debt, it takes away your peace of mind, it takes away your joy, and as ladies, it takes away our confidence. It makes us feel like we're behind, we're far left behind. Like, you're not doing much for yourself, you're not even free from debt, so you are not doing anything in your life, like nothing is working. So these are part of the reason why you need to avoid debt. This is the practical steps that you can take immediately as regards debt if you are in debt. Number one, write down each and every debt that you owe immediately and write it from the smallest to the highest. Now start paying off the smallest one of it immediately, aggressively, like with all that you have. Make sure that you start paying out the little ones that you can afford immediately. After writing the list down, start paying from the little one of them, like the smallest of them. Start paying it immediately with all that you can, aggressively, like with everything that you can. Pay it off immediately while you're working on the bigger one. Like you're taking your time to pay, like little by little, bit by bit on the bigger one. Okay, you're not going to be abandoning the bigger one, but you're going to be taking some percentage and you're going to be paying it off. But the smaller ones that are like you can pay off immediately, start paying it immediately. Set a plan for yourself. In 2 months time, in 3 months time, I'm going to clear all those ones off. The fifth and the last scriptural money rules that you need to follow immediately as a Christian girly on a financial journey is this: you need to start investing. Yes, sis, you need to start investing. And let me tell you, Ecclesiastes 11 verse 2 says, divide your portion into 7, yes, even 8. Ecclesiastes. Now if you go to the book of Ecclesiastes, am I calling it right? If you go to the book of Ecclesiastes chapter, oh my god, if you go to the book of Ecclesiastes chapter 11 verse 2, I don't know if I'm pronouncing that Bible verse well, it says divide your portions into 6, divide your portion into 7 or even 8. Okay, it says divide your portion. You should understand what that means. Do not have plenty and eat plenty. Let there be something that you're saving aside for another day, for the rainy days, for better days. Let there be something that you're keeping aside. No matter the percentage of that money you're keeping aside, please, sis, do it. It's going to help you tomorrow. Okay, one mindset that you need to start having right away before the end of this year as a girlie on a financial journey is this: investing, saving, investing is not for the rich alone. It is also for you. You can do it. Do you know that 20,000 that you save this month and you save next month is far way better than you not saving anything? At least after 5 months of saving 20,000, you're going to have 100k. But if you had spent the whole money as it comes, there's no 100k anywhere, my sis. Okay, it means the money you had has gone, like it's finished. So remember, it's not in the amount to an extent, but rather it is more in the discipline, and the consistency is what builds the discipline. So this is the practical step that you can start immediately. Pick before the end of this month, like this, like before, what am I even saying? Before the end of this week, pick 1 or 2 saving platforms that you can start, that is beginner friendly, that you can start saving no matter the amount. Some of them you can even start with 5,000. Some you can even start with as low as 1,000. Some you can even start with 10,000, 20,000. Check my channel here. You can see some investment opportunities. You can see some investment videos that are here. It will guide you, okay, on which of the investment to start doing. And in another video, I'm going to still go ahead and give a more detailed investment opportunities and platforms that you can start earning from, so you don't have to wait until when you have a lot of money. It is something that you can start immediately, and with consistency, with God by your side, with discipline, it's going to be a good one. So we should try to cultivate these habits before the end of 2025. Remember, when you open this account and you start investment, automate your payment so that it's easy for you, so that you don't have to think twice before making that payment every month or every week. It depends on how you want to do it. Hi sis, if this video have blessed you in any way, then this channel is actually for you. It's for women like you, it's for ladies, girlies like you. Okay, this is a channel that is meant to encourage you to grow spiritually, financially, and be well informed as it comes to your financial life. This is the only thing you can do for yourself before the end of this year. Make sure that you're checking it out with your finances and you're trying your best to keep staying elegant, to keep staying informed, and to keep staying in God's abundance. So subscribe on the channel to grow the channel so that other Christian sisters can see this and can learn from it. We can learn from each other. Click on the notification bell. It's going to get you notified whenever I post new videos. Be ready to start building your finances, taking well-informed decision, and trying your best to live in abundance and to use your finances as a steward in the hands of God. Comment in the comment section and say I am ready. Okay, and the Lord is going to help us. It's not by our power, of course, but with discipline and with prayers and with consistency, we're going to get there. Okay, so if you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and comment I'm ready in the comment section. Until I see you next time, keep being beautiful and keep being elegant, and remember, keep being a child of God. Okay, so see you next time.